Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Welcome to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Luke Hatmaker. Joining me this Friday after an ass whooping of epic proportions last evening. We're just going to be coming out saying the A word.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. How you doing, Rusty? You doing good, brother?
Oh, absolutely, man. We were on the ass like back pockets last night, and we're going to have a much better time on this show than Draymond will on his next show after that historic stat line he posted last night.
You know, that is a great place to start. Do you have the let's start with I said, do you have Draymond's stat in front of you?
I do. Right here on the on the real app. In 19 minutes, he had 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 blocks, 1 steal for a plus minus of -42, 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 1 from beyond the arc, 4 turnovers and 4 fouls. First player to post that stat line in NBA history in a game that we've been playing for a very long time. Shout out Draymond Green for making history.
You know, couldn't have happened to a nicer guy too.
Absolutely.
It's so we're joking, but in all seriousness, we're not. Like we were talking on Wednesday. We just looking ahead to Memphis. We were like, Memphis needs to show up. This is a game where Memphis needs to show up. They don't need to get smacked in the, and
don't need to come out flat. I specifically said after long hiatuses, we were bad about coming out flat, and we did everything but come out flat last night. We were up 11-2. It was 8-0 before they even looked up. We had 2 Desmond Bane threes to start the game. He looked much more himself last night, sidebar. Then Jalen Wells got in on the action with a dunk early, and it was just it was all gas, no brakes for 4 quarters for the boys in Beale Street Blue. Well, technically, Memphis Sounds red last night, which were 4-0 in the Sounds jerseys, by the way.
Let's wear those jerseys all the time.
I'm here for it.
Let's also say there's a lot, guys. Thank you for joining us at home, guys. Sorry,
it's going to be scatterbrained. We're going to be all over the place. Just hang with us.
Excited. We beat the Warriors by 51 in a game where John Morant scored in single-digit points. Like, we had 144 when it could have been 160. When you say that they came out the opposite of flat, I mean, what you don't want to say sharp, but I guess it is sharp. They came in so dialed in, and it's like the last thing that we're going to do is let this team beat us. A team that we know relatively intimately, I would say. They play them a lot. They played them in several playoff series. They genuinely seem to not like each other, which I love. I love that there's that hatred. And they just in a team where players on their squad epically, like, Draymond talks shit about TJ every podcast. It's just like,
and then for him to go out and shit the bed like that was amazing. Like, it was made for TV, and we needed that after. We talked like the Laker game was a bad game. Like, we did not play well. We were flat. We looked like the Warriors. Like, we didn't play well on Sunday. And then for us to come out tonight and we talked about it last night, and we needed a palate cleanser. And last night, brother, was a palate cleanser to come out and shoot 54% from the field, 56% from 3, knocking down 27 threes last night. Everybody was hooping last night. Dez played well. Jalen played well. Wayno, I'm sorry, brother, but Santiago Aldama won me $100 because I told y'all yesterday on the $2 Sports Show to put money on Santi getting a double-double, and that boy did. He was hooping last night. 21 and 14 in 24 minutes. Let's go.
Man, 21-14 and 20. And Jake LaRavia, 19, 6 and 3 in 24 minutes. Kennard finally started shooting the shit out of the ball. Like, it's just
so much fun.
And it's coming out and playing this way, and also coming out and playing this game when the entire world just saw Oklahoma City shit the bed against Milwaukee Bucks. Like, this is had Memphis lost this game last night, it would have been very easy for everyone to be like, man, the younger teams aren't ready for it, whatever you want to say. But like, Memphis came out and been like, hey, we ain't this OKC team. We've been doing this for a hot minute, and we know what we are, and we know how to smack teams around. That was that's it. We always say good teams beat bad teams. Great teams beat teams like the Golden State Warriors last night, and that's awesome.
Yeah, and that's like last night was a professional win, as Brevin likes to say, right? He talks about that when we play, like we beat Brooklyn or we beat Washington. You go out and you handle your business against a bad team, like you said, but to go out and get a professional win against a team like the Golden State Warriors with players like Steph and Draymond on it is an absolute statement game. You're absolutely right. On the heels of OKC laying an egg, us laying an egg against the Lakers, for us to come out and make this kind of a statement against a Warriors team who is not, they're a shell of what they used to be. They're 3-7 in their last, or 2-8 in their last 10. Yeah. It's not who they used to be, but it's still the Warriors. It's still a big brand. They still go more national TV games than anybody else. And so, I'll say this, DG's joking around in the comments. I'm still pissed at the rotation of minutes from last game. Like, Taylor Jenkins still has room to grow. But over the last 3 weeks, he has really stepped up, and he has done a much better job, in my opinion, of managing these rotations, these late-game lineups. There's been less minutes of our bench playing their stars. And, Luke, if I had told you, though, this morning, if you had, we're in a vacuum and didn't know what happened last night, then I said that Jaren played 19 minutes, Ja played 17 minutes, and Des played 24 minutes against the Warriors. I think we'd be thinking the opposite was the outcome. But our bench, man, set a franchise record with 82 points last night, man. Let's go. Let's go.
That's incredible. And this was with, you had Kennard, Laravia, BC, and Santi, that each playing over 20 minutes, and then Scotty, and we even saw some Jitty minutes last night, and they weren't awful.
No.
Every player that saw significant minutes was a plus 15 or more.
Mm-hmm.
Plus minus.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everybody, Cam Spencer was the only one that was a -4, but he only played 8 minutes. He had 5 points, and he's just he's psychotic, man. I like watching him hoop. He can play. It's fun when you get Cam Spencer minutes. We got a hammer nail coffin in the third quarter.
Yes,
Pete called it late in the third quarter, and Brevin was like, "Oh my God, third quarter hammer nail coffin!" It's incredible.
But it was 50. It was over. It was a 50-point game in the third. I mean, at half. I mean, not at half, but in the third, it was a 50-point game, and there was no looking back. And
yeah,
I don't. That's what you want to see out of this team. I don't know what else to say. It was just an all around. The only thing that I would have wanted to see more of was more job points. But if everybody else is scoring more, who gives a crap?
That's it, man. We absolutely beat their ass in every sense of the word last night. The first quarter, we outscored them 37-15. The third quarter, 40-21. Just absolute woodshed ass whipping. Nothing, not even close, man. Not even close.
Yep. And we just in every belt to ass. That's right.
Absolutely.
In every category, 50% from the 54% from the field. Like you said, 56 from three. We didn't even turn the ball over as much as we normally do. 38 assists, 60 rebounds, 8 blocks, 11 steals.
Yeah. 38 assists on 53 shots, man. Ball was moving. Offense was clicking and humming last night. And, we had a little bit of a scare. Ja going down with an injury. He looked fine after the game, bouncing around. It was nice to not need him. He can get a little rest before we play Atlanta on Saturday. Just an all-around masterclass. We were in their head early. I love Draymond is trying to poke the bear with Edie, and he's putting all of his efforts into trying to knock over Zach Edey. He didn't budge, and then he looks down at him. It's like the Ali picture, looking down at Draymond on the floor, absolutely incredible. We got a dog in Zach Edey. Dude is the right kind of psycho. He is our guy that's going to go out there and be our goon, and I'm absolutely here for it, man. Absolutely here for it.
Another great. Edey continues. I continue to like what I see from Edey. In a game. I mean, he didn't have the double-digit points like everybody else, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter because it was also. Go ahead.
We knew he was going to have some rusty games coming back, no pun intended, back from injury. Last night, the stat line doesn't show it, but he was a big body. He needs to get in the gym and get a little bit stronger. He did get pushed around a few times under the goal, fighting for rebounds and stuff. But, I mean, again, that walk-up three was amazing. We had a 3D sighting last night. He's going to be a weapon for us in the right scenarios. And last night for us, he just needed to be, the enforcer and be the muscle and be stone cold and be that guy that's out there throwing some weight around. And then there's going to be a night where we need a double like he did on Sunday. And so Edey is going to be a great weapon for us going forward.
Yep. And it's shout out winner for that. It was just last night's game felt like a showcase of not just how well the offense can be, but how well this team can truly be. And it got me I want to see this offense in a 7-game series. I'm ready for playoff basketball after that. I know that's silly, but I'm just ready.
Also, I've sat on this for nearly 13 minutes now. I can't believe we hadn't talked about it, but Jalen Wells' defense last night.
Oh, yeah.
He was all over Steph Curry. And for as much as he struggled with LeBron and Luka, like most people do, he didn't last night. Like, he gave Steph no breathing room. And Steph looked like he was off mentally, kind of like Ja a little bit in the Laker game, like just kind of off a little bit. But Jalen was relentless in his harassing of Steph, leading to like his lowest point outcome or point total. And I forgot how many years Pete said last night. Again, he was 0 for 7 from the field, 0 for 6 from 3. He knocked down 2 free throws for his 2 points in 24 minutes. And a huge part of that is the rook, man. And like, I've been on Jalen Wells early. I got on him early in the draft, and I've been singing his praises. And last night, really against an elite level scorer, he stepped up and played his best defense of the year. Yeah,
shout out Uncle Buck. He had Steph on a leash like a 2-year-old at Disney World.
100%.
Man. And that would have been. I'm glad you brought that up. I don't know how we didn't mention 30 minutes. It's like it would have been concerning if it was another elite guy that Jalen kind of struggled against. Been like, come on, boy. Like we know you got it, but last night he was like, no, I do got it. I got this. And it was
on his ass like back pockets and gave him no breathing room and led to frustration and them just further checking out, and known Grizz killer, Dennis Schroeder decided to join the team to try and beat us again. Wearing a gross basketball number. I know it's 17 backwards, but 71 is diabolical work to wear on a basketball court. Yeah. And he played like he was number 71. It was awesome. Like, just like to beat Dennis Schroeder again. Like, I'm freaking here for it, man.
It's the 4th time we played him this year because of that weird game they added for the cup that we played Brooklyn 3 times.
Now we're 2-2 against him, and we got a few more opportunities to beat him later in the year. Let's take advantage of it. Like, I don't want to lose to the Warriors again this year. It's just too much of a high.
No, and you know what? I should have looked at this beforehand. I didn't care to look what happened around the league. Let me look at the standings really quick. We're still 3 games behind the Thunder, whatever. So that being said, if we're 3 games behind the Thunder, the last 2 games in recent memory for both those teams are the Thunder getting their ass beat by the Bucks and the Warriors getting their ass beat by us. You know, like 2 very different, very different. And this game should have been on national television. Can we talk about that for a second? Like 100%. That's. And I hope the NBA is slapping themselves in the face because they botched this. This would have been awesome.
Yeah, it absolutely would have. The fact that they haven't flexed the Thunder game on the 29th to national TV yet is wild to me. It's Sunday night, December 29th. That's our first chance to really show, that's our first shot at the Thunder. We got a couple tune-up games between now and then, Hawks, Clippers, Raptors, Pelicans, but that game should absolutely be flexed to national television because that's going to be must-watch TV.
I wasn't planning on talking about this, but the sidebar, why haven't they flexed that yet? Do you think the NFL is scared of, or the NBA is scared of the NFL?
Maybe. I think that they predetermine these games really early. They're not as big on flexing them like the NFL does. They'll flex some, but the NFL is like a flex in a heartbeat.
They'll flex the NBA weekly.
Should I don't know who the national TV game is that night, but like we're talking about 2 teams that theoretically, if the next couple of weeks go, like the next week and a half goes like it could be vying for first place in the Western Conference. That could be a game that could, for the first time all year, flip-flop the teams. And so why this game? Like, you need ESPN needs to be there. I think is it at OKC? It's at OKC. Yeah. Like, that arena can get rowdy. It gets loud in there. It's no FedEx Forum, but it does get pretty loud in there. Like, ESPN needs to be there because that game is going to be monumental for the NBA season early.
Perry. We know Parrish.
See, Parrish is smart. That's why he's a pro, man. He knows this stuff. He's a pro. They don't want to compete with the NFL. That's fine. But this is going to be must-watch TV, man. Must-watch TV.
Well, and also it's like the NBA is looking for a whatchamacallit, like an American superstar that's got. I mean, put Ja on TV. But I don't know. I want him on TV.
You got Ja, you got Jaren, you got guy like Jaren is having an all NBA type season, and then like the great value Grizzlies are out there dancing and doing their thing, and they're propping up SGA with 21 free throws a night. I don't know, man. It should be a national televised game. I understand the NFL stuff that it's not, but I mean, that is a crime.
Yeah, it's. I mean, and but we might have the ratings conversation at some point on the show, but like I don't know how they, whatever. I think Jaw would boost ratings. That's neither here nor there. Something that Jaw 100%. Will be competing in unless something happens is the All-Star game, which. Before we could spend 30 minutes just raving about that game from last night, but let's not. Yeah.
The last thing I'll say is we need to carry this momentum into Saturday. We play at Atlanta on Saturday. That's a sneaky little team. Like Trae Young is playing better. Like the team's like they're 14-14. We should have absolutely no problem with Atlanta on Saturday, but don't let this high get you too high that you go out and you sleepwalk through that one. The last thing I'll say.
Completely agree. I'm excited for that game. That should be a good game. The All-Star game, however, may not be a good game. Yeah. We're going to transition so Ja Morant. Do you think Ja Morant's going to be an All-Star?
I mean, he absolutely should be. I voted for him already yesterday. The All-Star voting is now. You can vote NBA.com. You create an account, takes 5 minutes. And then I got on. I just voted for you can vote for just an entire Western Conference team of Memphis Grizzlies like I did. Awesome. So like awesome. You can just get in there, do it. Get in there and vote.
Yep. The league in a desperate attempt to make people interested in this again, I guess is the best way to put it. They are trying to change the format of the All-Star game. They announced some changes earlier this week. Kevin Durant's quote was that he hated it.
John Morant KD said.
What KD said, he also hated it. But here are the changes if you were unaware. There are going to be divided. 24 players will be divided into 3 8-player teams. 4th team is the Rising Stars team, or it's the Rising Stars champion, I guess. The general managers of the team, which I thought this was interesting, are Kenny, Shaq, and Charles Barkley. Cool. And then Candace Parker is going to be the manager of the. Yep. And they're drafting those guys. It's tournament format. What are your, it's interesting, I guess. I like the 40 point target score, I guess I should say. That's important.
The onus is on the players, man. Like the players, it has turned into just kind of a mockery of like the basketball game. It's fine. They're out there. They're showing off. They're having fun. They're throwing oops and shooting a ton of threes and, seeing like they're put up 200 points. Like, it's fine. But this is the NBA trying to make it more interesting or intriguing to the regular fan. I don't love it. The players clearly don't love it. It's a weird format. I miss the days. Drew and I talked about this a little bit yesterday on the 2 Buck Sports Show. Like I miss the All-Star games of the 90s when they're all wearing their own jerseys and they're actually out there hooping. And it was an actual game. Like it felt like it meant more to the players then. It hasn't in a long time. And given the feedback off of this, it ain't going to this year.
No, the only team that I see giving a rat's behind about this form, the Rising Star Challenge, like there's some pride for those kids. Like if you're the team that wins the Rising Stars Challenge and then you go on to play in this tournament, like that's the only team where I'm like, yeah, those guys are gonna hoop out of their minds.
Yeah, that I got a soft spot in my heart for them because of the year with John and Jaron on the USA and BC on the world team. Like I got a soft spot in my heart for the Rising Stars team. So I will be all in. I love Candace Parker. I think she's great. Yeah. I'm all in on the Rising Stars. Like go out there and let's just find maybe Jalen Wells be playing in that game. Let's go find a way to win.
It's of all the gimmicks that they do, I really like the Rising Stars gimmick. I think it's fun. I think it's cool. It's wholesome. It's cool.
Yeah, and like you said, it matters to those guys. They're going to go out and give an actual effort, whereas clearly some of the other guys that make the other All-Star team probably won't.
No, because they, quote, hate it. God love Kevin Durant for telling us exactly what's on his mind.
I mean, that's it. He didn't even do it on his burner account this time.
I know, which thank you, KD. You're growing, always learning, always growing. I don't hate it, but we'll see. It's something to watch.
Again, and like it's something to watch. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. And then you know what? Like I will be extremely if Jalen, like you said, Jalen Wells and Zach Edey are both on this Rising Stars Challenge. And heck, I don't know how they do it if they put Gigi on it. I don't know how much run Gigi will get. I don't know what the criteria are, but if they take like what we saw last year, and I don't know, like.
I mean, I'd love to see Gigi in that. I'm afraid that Kleiman would kind of X that with all the injury stuff he's had this year, but it'd be great to have him out there because he is a rising star, and the potential is a scary word, as Wayne likes to say, but it's there.
Yeah, if there's a single Grizzly playing in that Rising Stars Challenge, I'll root for them. You know,
absolutely.
That's as simple as that.
Absolutely.
We're gonna take a quick break because I don't want to talk about the All-Star game as much as I want to talk about that Grizzlies game. But we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna look ahead to the weekend because Christmas is almost here. Is why we're less than a week away. I think. I don't know. I don't feel like God. Yeah, we'll talk about what we're doing this weekend right after this break.
I think Zach Edey played well. He got his fouls in. He got him in for sure. But we saw some flashes of really what he can do. Whether that's setting screens or just whether blocking shots or just making guys change their mind about shots or just affecting the quality of shots that guys were getting in the game. We saw that a lot. They gotta use him though, man. They gotta be able to find him a little better.
I was about to say they especially the whole first quarter. It was like because I think that lob that y'all had him, that was his first points of the game. So it was like the whole first quarter, I did peep that. It was like, I see everybody else attempting 5+ shots.
Right.
Y'all got to find a way to give Zach Edey something like at some point. Everything was running well last night, right? The offense was flowing well. It's going to come a stretch of time where they're going to be stagnant. And at that time, that's when I expect them, okay, hey, let's run a post play to Zach Edey.
Tune in to the Anthony Sane Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
This is a question I don't know if you've ever been asked. Was there anyone you ever wanted to dunk on? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm glad you haven't getting a big kick out of that one. I'm glad you've been waiting all day for that. Waiting all day to get that little jokey joke in. Oh, you got a joke. But I always wanted to dunk in the game. That's what I wanted to do. And it didn't have to be on anybody. I wanted it to be off of a missed shot, like on an offensive rebound, so that everyone's around or in the vicinity when it happened.
Did you ever dunk in practice and get overly excited?
Yes. and everybody be like, well, are you going to do it in a game? And I'm like, no.
Tune in to the Night Court Podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back to the Daily Grind, where we love preseason still. We're going to change it. I promise. You know what? By the new year, we'll have a new video.
How about that? That's a bold claim. Kenny, where you
I
at?
know. I don't know. I feel I just made a promise that my mouth is writing checks. I don't know if I can cash, but we're going to try. But you can catch that show, the Night Court Podcast. You can catch the Anthony Sane Show every Wednesday and Friday. It will be broadcasting today. It broadcasts at noon. We will have the $2 Sports Show. That is every Tuesday and Thursdays at noon. Lunch hour, we got you covered, y'all, every weekday after a Grizzlies game. If it happens during the week, the Grizz 901 Live boys will be going live after that.
It was fire last night, too. It was popping off last night.
Man, I love when they're live because it's like you get to watch it live. And then I like to, because I'm a maniac, I'll save it. Daniel, if you're watching, I'll save the recording. I'll listen to it again because it's just nice. It's good. It's good. You got your boys do good work over there. And then we have Grizz After Dark, which is after that, some games. And then No Bluffing is on Mondays. We only have 2 more shows left until Christmas. We will be going Monday and then Christmas Eve. And then we will take Christmas Day off and maybe another day. I got to figure that out. But all of this, there's stuff for everybody, even Santa Claus over at bluffcitymedia.co. Go check it out. Back to our show, though, because on our show, on Fridays, we look ahead towards the weekend outlook. There's a lot that happens on the weekend. Can't keep doing that very long. But we just talk about what's happening. I'm happy to go first. I've got a couple things I'm doing. My little brother. So I'm the oldest of 6. My little brother, I only have one brother. I'm 6'2", he's 6'4", 6'5". Built, plays college basketball, emasculates me in every way. He is graduating college tomorrow, so I'm going to be going to. I'm excited. Going to go see him. He's excited. I don't know what he wants to do, but him and his wife, they're both graduating, and so I'm going to go see them.
That's awesome.
I'm excited. I'm also really excited. Oddly, I'm really pumped about the Grizzlies Hawks. I don't know why. I like, you know me, I like this Hawks team. I'm in on this Hawks team.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna watch that. And then I watched the Christmas movie last night, and I'm probably going to watch it again this weekend because I loved it so much. I'd never seen it before. It was called Spirited.
I've seen the previews for it. Yeah,
dude, it's delightful. It's like a crazy good musical. It's catchy. Will Ferrell, Ryan Reynolds, both in their bags. Like I was pleasantly surprised. I watched that. I'm literally probably going to watch it again this weekend. So I'm going to be doing just getting ready for Christmas, wrapping last minute Christmas stuff, watching Grizzlies and watching Graduation. Gonna be busy.
Yeah, it sounds like it, but good busy. And then thrown in some holiday cheer in there as well. So
yep.
Maggie has been under the weather recently, so it'll be nice. We kind of have a slow weekend. Don't really have anything planned other than Saturday night. We're having our Christmas dates where we're going to. There is, us, we love escape rooms. And there is a Christmas themed escape room right here in East Memphis that we're going to Saturday. And then we're going to go afterwards to one of our favorite restaurants in Memphis called Beauty Shop, which is an old hair salon in the Cooper Young district that they turned into a fine restaurant. And the food is, the last time we went there, like we couldn't decide. So we ordered 3 desserts. They had like cheesecake, pie, ice cream. Like it's just so much good food, man. Like if you're ever in Memphis, check them out. It's a fantastic restaurant. But other than that, not much going on, man. Just kind of prepping, getting ready for Christmas, laying low, hoping that she finally gets over, this virus thing that she's had for the better part of a week. So hope she's feeling better this morning. But it's just, a low-key weekend outside of a fun little date night tomorrow.
If anybody's going all out this weekend and doing crazy stuff, y'all, you out of your mind. Christmas is in 4 days. Like I gotta slow it down. I need this weekend to get like prepared for next week because with Christmas falling on the middle of the week and New Year's right around the corner, it's like feels like a lot's going on to end the week out.
It does, and this is that busy time of year because you got Christmas and then not even a week later you have New Year's and it's just like bang bang back to back. You're gonna be busy, a lot of plans, a lot of stuff going on. So just take some time, take a lap, take a breather this weekend. Don't go out and be wild. Just slow your roll because you're going to be getting festive on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day for sure.
Well said. Yeah, take it easy this weekend, y'all. That's we started the episode really hype, and we're gonna end the episode telling you to be really chill because
we're gonna land the plane.
Yeah, we landed the plane. We started out. It was like that scene in Wolf of Wall Street when they're
that's it.
Sure, and then it landed, and we're like, all right, Grizzlies won, and everything's happy, won by 50.
I feel better now that I've gotten all that out of my chest. I can go about my Friday and not be just like on level 11. I'm normally like the high energy person on level 8, kind of always anyway. So I'm back down to my normal level now. Go to the gym, have a good work day.
Yeah, if I was on a level 11 welding today, I would look like a maniac, just like So,
I can see with your mask, you got your torch.
It's gonna be great that's not happening. That's gonna do it for our show today, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Everybody be safe this weekend. Like we said, be chill, take care of yourself. Christmas is right around the corner. You're gonna have to have a lot of energy then. Go Grizzlies this weekend. Go Grizzlies still. If we can leave you with anything today, y'all, remember these 2 things. Remember just to be a little bit weird, just a baby bit, and remember to smile. See you guys. Have a good weekend. We'll see you Monday.